Welcome back, it's your boy, only Isaiah, back with another banger. Today, we're gonna be talking about how to build your credit score. Firstly, I want to say thank you for clicking on the video. Thank you for watching. What you're gonna learn in this video is gonna increase your score to give you that optimized credit score to get unlimited funding, get the funding you need, get you a low interest rate, get you that new car you've been eyeing for months. Yeah, having a good credit score is so important in today's world. You can't even get an apartment without a good credit score. You can't get a car. You can't even get a credit card. It's important to get your credit score as high as possible so you can get 0 to low interest rates and drive any car you want and be approved for any apartment that you want. I promise to show you the best strategies to effectively build your credit. This is strategies that I have done myself. So quick disclaimer, this is not professional advice. This is just my journey. Okay, so what a credit score is, it is a number that the banks use to determine your credit worthiness, how trustworthy you are. It is important to make sure it's looking correct. Make sure you have A's all across the board because that means you are worthy to have access to credit lines, loans, mortgages, low interest rates. Okay, so firstly I'm gonna go over how to build your credit in the first place if you have no credit at all. So the best procedure to do is to spread out your account mix. So I recommend getting 2 secured credit cards. That could be with Discover or Capital One. That's what I went with. So let's just go with those 2, Discover, Capital One. You can research some other cards that graduate you. So for example, you give them $1,000 and they put it on a secured credit card. After 3 to 6 months, they'll graduate that, give you your $1,000 back, and that's a $1,000 unsecured credit card. So after you have the 2 secured credit cards, I recommend you getting 2 secured loans. Do your research on what banks you can do that through. I did mine through Navy Federal. So you can get two secured loans with Navy Federal, and the hack, this is a very important hack that you can do. You can pay 90% of that loan off after the first 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then that's gonna report on your report that you have a 90% paid off loan, which is a lot better than not having a paid off loan or owing 90% because that means you're 90% in debt. So paying that 90% off really helps your score and your debt to income ratio. After that, I recommend adding your rent history. So the ones I used for that is Rent Reporters and Rental Karma. That will add 2 years of rental history, which will increase your average account age, which is amazing. Just that alone boosted me 40 points. After that, to add extra age, what you can do is add an authorized user. I recommend asking a family member who has a credit card or a friend who has a credit card that would allow you to put your name on the credit card. You won't have access to their money, so you can reiterate that when you're asking them, and that will add age and it will add history to your account, which will boost your score tremendously. After doing those, your score will be sky high, 700, 680 to 700, just stop doing those few things. And you want that high credit score because that is gonna affect your borrowing power. The lower credit score you have, the less borrowing power that you will have. The higher credit score you have, the more borrowing power that you will have. Also, the lower credit score that you have, the higher the interest rates. The higher credit score that you have, the lower the interest rates. So to keep your score high and to keep it growing, you have to make sure you do on-time payments. Making sure every month you have your credit card set on auto pay. That is the most important thing because one late payment can throw your score out the park, can drop it by 20 to 40 points. So to set up automatic payments, what you need to do is go onto the app and link your bank account and set up automatic payments. It's as easy as that. Doing that will save you so much headache. Your cards will be paid on time and you won't have to worry about when your payment is due. And you also have to make sure the account that is connected to the automatic payments, make sure there's money in there. Make sure you're not gonna have no money in there and they try and take the money out, and then that makes you become late and makes you have to pay an extra fee, which is unnecessary. Just make sure you have the correct money in your checking account or savings account to pay that automatic payment. Making sure you have automatic payments is very crucial in maintaining and boosting your score. The next one to maintain and boost your score is credit utilization. Credit utilization is a big factor in your credit score. If you're using 90% of your card, that will drop your score 20 to 40 points, even more. So you gotta make sure you're utilizing your card correctly. You wanna make sure you're paying at below 10%. That is the rule I try to stick by. 30% is okay, but 10% is even better. And for when you're just starting, it's best to not go down the rabbit hole of debt, not have too much debt. So when you're just starting, that's important just to make sure you are paying it off on time or less than 10%. It's very crucial because you don't want to be in so much debt and have 90% utilization, and then once you have 90% utilization, you're not getting any credit card. The banks are gonna look at you like, damn, you really need this money, so I'm not gonna give it to you. Banks want to see that you don't need the money, that you're just using the money as a tool. So making sure you set a reminder, because sometimes the automatic payment will only be a fraction of the utilization. So set a reminder, make sure you pay the extra amount, because having a high utilization really affects your score. It will drop your score and will raise it if it is low. So back to having multiple accounts. For example, credit cards, loans, mortgages, installments, and rent. It's important to make sure you have multiple different accounts, because each account every month is going to show that you're having an on-time payment. And because you have that mixture, you're showing to the banks that you're more responsible with the money and that you can handle the money and you don't need the money. So making sure you set a strong foundation is going to give you the best chances in the future to get higher limit credit cards, to get higher limit loans, higher limit auto loans, higher mortgages, and all with better interest. Or for example, the credit cards, 0% interest. And again, it's important, not only the credit cards, but the other accounts. Make sure you're making on-time payments. You don't want to miss a payment because it will affect your credit score tremendously. You got to make sure all accounts you're treating correctly. The loans, pay them off on time. If you can pay it down to a lower balance, do that. But also, a thing with loans and car loans and mortgages, if you can drag it out as long as possible, that is the best, because you want to show the bank that you've paid off majority of the loan, and that shows that you have more responsibility and they'll be more likely to give you money. But if you just cancel that, like if you just pay it all off, it's going to show up as paid, but it won't be an active account, so you will lose history. So another thing is history. You want accounts to last as long as possible. For example, the credit cards, you don't want to close the credit cards. You want to have them open for as long as possible. You don't ever want to cancel them, unless of course it is a annual fee card that you're not really utilizing. If it's like that, yeah, cancel it, or you can see if you can downgrade into a no annual fee card. Other than that, keep your cards open. Make slow payments, make low monthly payments, and use it for gas. Just small payments, and just keeping that account active. Because you never know, they might keep increasing that limit and it might become a valuable card in the future. It's important to regularly monitor your accounts A good thing I use is Credit Karma because it will update you daily if anything changes to your account. But other than that, I recommend using Identity IQ. I will leave a link down below to Identity IQ. You will have a $1 free trial for 7 days. So to really understand your score, go on Identity IQ and look. And if there's anything you're unsure of, just DM me on my Instagram and your Isaac. I can have a look for you. We can hop on a call and we can see if there's anything I can do to help you. If you have below a 700 credit score, I can definitely help you get higher, so just DM me. But yeah, Credit Karma is free. You can look at your report, you can stay up to date. It is not 100% accurate, so that's why I don't recommend just only focusing on that. Use Experian, and there's also annual free credit reports. You also want to make sure if you're not using your credit, if you're not applying for any cards, the safest option to do is freeze those accounts. So if someone does somehow get your information and tries to apply for a card, there will be a security hold on it. So that saves you from excess inquiries and identity theft. So yeah, if you don't understand your credit, DM me and we can go through it. And if there's anything that needs to be disputed, I can definitely help you out. The next thing is patience and persistence. It's not going to happen overnight. You just have to be patient. It's a long game. It's a marathon. Right now, you might only be able to get $1,000 in credit. By 6 months, you'll be able to get 50 to 100. And then 2 years, 250 to 300, 400, 500. It's a marathon. So you don't have to rush. Things like this takes time, but if you build it correctly, you will have no worries getting credit from the banks. So make sure you're paying on time, staying consistent with everything, doing everything that I said in this video, and you'll be flying colors. 700 club, even pushing the 800 club. And yeah, having a good credit score will give you low interest rates, give you 0 to low interest rates, give you tax-free money to invest into yourself, to invest into your business, to invest into a home, to invest into a car. It's good to have good credit. It's amazing to have good credit because so many doors will open up to you. So I've gone over that, making sure you're on-time payments. I've shown you the list of accounts that you can get to boost your score. And I've shown you some maintenance on how to keep growing your score. I encourage you to take action today, because the sooner you start, the sooner you finish. The strategy works. I've done it, and multiple other people have done it. And I'm teaching it, so if you really want one-on-one help, DM me on Instagram, only at Isaac. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching all the way through. I'm doing this for you. I'm trying to help as many people as possible understand credit and get to that next level that they want to get to. You will be the next credit master. You will master your finances. And if you need help with that, DM me on Instagram, only at Isaac. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching, only at Isaac.